Alright, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh. Ba'ashim Yahushai, double honors to the apostles, elders of the great millstone that rule well, that taught us truth, and blessings to the elect of the nation of Israel. This is Brother Yakal, coming with a very short lesson. And it kind of, and Lord willing, you'll be edified. And it just piggybacks on the last lesson that I did. You know, that Amalek is being exposed and deceived. And one of the people that are doing it is this guy. Oh, let me try and show you. Tucker Carlson. Now, Tucker Carlson met, he went to where Apostle Ha and the Apostle of Great Millstone used to teach and had an interaction with him. All right. And he knows this, and he even spoke about it. But the reason why it's coming up is because of a video that I saw, all right, by someone that's in his truth. And I'm going to play it. And it's quite revealing because, number one, it goes into that they're going to target us. They're watching us. We know that there's, in the Bible, all right, Jacob's trouble. And Esau is, he's a serpent. It's very cunning, all right? He's a serpent. He's very cunning, all right? And one of his tactics, all right, well, one of his tactics is to always use language to demonize his target. You know, he did that with the Native Americans who are Israelites from the tribe of Gad. He told the white settlers that came from Europe, oh, they're savages, this, that, and the other, you know? He did that, man. And there's he did it with us in West Africa. Oh, you know, if you look at Roots, I'm going to try and find that clip to give you a good example. But anyway, this is Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, that day is great, for there is none like it. It's even a time of Jacob's trouble. Jacob's trouble, so the descendants of Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel. All right, it's going to be trouble for everyone, but it's mainly going to be trouble for us. All right, but he shall be saved out of it, and only the elect's going to be saved out of it. So basically, they want to try and get rid of us. Okay, and they've done these through various programs, like Margaret Sanger. All right, Margaret Sanger. Margaret Sanger. All right. All right. Yeah, the American activist Margaret Sanger, Planned Parenthood's. All right. She basically said that the Negroes, all right, the Negroes should be exterminated. Okay. Margaret Sanger, all right, the Negro Project, which is a good book, and it tells you, all right, birth control review, a Negro number, black folks and birth control. All right, this was all pioneered by her, where she said that the Negro should be exterminated. And there's, I think if you Google the Negro Project on YouTube, you'll be able to find the videos on that. All right, she wanted to exterminate our people, and one of the things that she said is that, you know, we need to convince, you know, the black woman to abort her children, and that's what's happening right now. Okay, so they've had a conscientious campaign to destroy us, as it says in Psalms 83. Okay, now Tucker Carlson, all right, this clown here, okay, he's a Mason. All right, I know he's a Mason because he did an interview with Connor. What's his name? What's that guy's name? Conor McGregor. That's it. Tucker Carlson. I put Tucker Carlson, a Freemason. All right. Yeah, he did a. There you go. He did a interview with Conor McGregor, and he did it in a Freemason hall. that shows you that they're both Masons, man. Because Conor McGregor is, you can't go anywhere in society up the ladder without being a Mason. Okay, there you have it. And you can see them doing the Mason handshake. All right, and this plays a part in this interaction that Tucker Carlson had years ago, all right, with Apostle Tahar. All right, and the reason why it plays a part is because he didn't want to say anything on camera because he's a Mason. He knows that we're the Jews of the Bible, all right? And one of the terms they keep using is Black Hebrew Israelites. And this video is good. It's called We Woke Now, all right? It's a Jake that does it. He does some good videos. I'm going to play it, and it shows you in Congress. And I'm quite happy that this woman actually pushed against it. This California governor. All right, let me play this.
A so-called Jew, a Hebrew Israelite refers to bloodline descendants of the ancient Israelites. The label Black Hebrew Israelites functions much like the label Black Identity Extremists.
Yeah, let me say this. This business of, well, we're Black Hebrew Israelites, that's just prophecy, man. All right? All that is prophecy. It's the same way they call the tribe of Gad Native Americans, or in Canada, Aborigines. You know, in Deuteronomy 28, which are the curses, all right, which would fall upon the true Israelites, the true 12 tribes of Israel, if they didn't keep God's commandments. All right, one of them, it says, I think it's 37, I think it is. Let me see. Yeah. All right, Deuteronomy 28 and 37. Thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword. All right, so instead of the names that the Heavenly Father gave us, they will call us different names: Black, Mexican, Latino, Spick, Wetback. All right, thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee. So this happens in Brazil. This happens over here in England, where it's called Black British. All right, bywords. And so when they say, "Oh, Black Hebrew Israelites," that's another byword, because we're not black. All right, we're Hebrew Israelites from our respective tribes. Okay, and we're all people of color. Some of our people don't have color no more because they've mixed. As long as they're on their father's side, all right, that as long as on their father's side they're Israelites, it's all good. Okay, so don't be tripped up by this, but watch this clip, and this shows you, all right, it shows you that Psalms 83 is in full effect, and they've been watching us and monitoring us and monitoring this movement. Let me play it.
I would like to ask Mr. Chair unanimous consent to enter this report into the record, which is Black Identity Extremists likely motivated to target law enforcement officers. I believe earlier you said you were not familiar with the report. Is that correct?
Well, I haven't read it. I know some of the alleged targeting of officers by
okay, so I would like to know, and I'll ask you about that in a minute. So you are somewhat familiar with it. Who had the power in your department to order a report like this?
I'm not sure how that report got ordered. I don't believe I explicitly approved it or directed it.
Okay, so you haven't necessarily read the report, but you are familiar with the term Black Identity Extremists?
Well, I think so, yes.
So can you tell me what that term means to you? Do you believe that there is a movement of African Americans that identify themselves as Black Identity Extremists, and what does that movement do?
Well, it'd be interesting to see the conclusions of that report, but I'm aware that there are groups that do have an extraordinary commitment to their racial identity, and some have transformed themselves even into violent activists.
Are you aware of white organizations that do this as well? Given that white supremacy is well-documented, well-researched movements such as the neo-Nazis, the Ku Klux Klan, etc., are they white identity extremists?
I didn't follow that question. Please, again.
Is there a term or a report on white identity extremists? You mentioned you were familiar with black people who identify with their racial identity.
Yes, but it's not coming to me at this moment.
Not coming to you?
It's
certainly a group such as the Ku Klux Klan.
Yes, and then the skinhead movements, but there's a racial identity white movements that have been identified for sure.
So has the FBI done a report on white identity extremists that are likely motivated to target law enforcement officers? Is there such
I'm not
a
aware of that.
Yeah, you see that? You see that? Now, I'm not a friend of any Jake, man or woman, that is in, you know, working for Congress and the Senate and stuff. But this woman, I think her name is Bass. I think she was the governor of California. I remember because last year it burned down and people were angry at her. She was pissed at this hearing because she knows that it's bullshit, you know. And this is the reason why they've paid off many other Israelite groups. All right, like ISUPK, IUIC, you know, other groups. I mean, when you have an Israelite group, you know, bringing arms and or Black Panthers, they were paid off. They've always done this. They've always basically paid off agents in certain groups and movements, all right, to demonize them so they can clamp down on them. I mean, look at the Black Panthers. They slaughtered many of the Black Panthers, man. All right. And I guarantee you, they're Bobby Seale and this other guy, what's his name? Huey Newton Jr. Especially Huey Newton Jr. I don't know about Bobby Seale. They were agents, man. You know what I mean? They were agents, you know? So this is nothing new under the sun. So you're going to get that in this movement. Now, this piece of shit, all right? This piece of shit, Tucker Carlson, he had an interaction, all right, with the apostles, and he just played dumb. As I said, as I showed you, he's a Mason, man. That's a Freemason handshake, all right? Have a watch of this. His interaction with Apostle Tahar. He was playing dumb, you know, and the reason why he was playing dumb is because he had to, all right? He is a Mason.
Okay, what color is that Christ?
No idea.
No idea. So you don't read the Bible?
Yeah, I've read the whole thing, actually.
You read the whole Bible?
Yes, I did.
So then you would know the color of Christ.
I don't remember that being mentioned. I may have missed it.
Give me that. Give me that. Since he missed it, we're going to refresh his memory. Since he read the whole Bible.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with the garment down to the foot.
That's John the Revelator seeing a vision of the Lord coming down from heaven.
Clothed the garment down to the foot, and girt about the neck with the golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire. And his feet like a fine brass, as if they burned in the furnace. And his voice as the sound of many waters.
Now go back to his hair.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
What does it mean by his head and his hairs were white like wool? What do you think? Okay, that's that. Well, he had gray hair.
Right, yeah.
You have young people. There's this girl I know I grew up with. At the age of like 23, she got a full head of gray hair,
Yeah, I've
white
seen
hair.
that. It's weird.
That's from peroxide.
Ministry is 30.
Hydrogen peroxide coming through your system, like you. That's from peroxide. Okay, that's within your system. So it said he had white hair, but what else did it say?
Like wool.
Like wool. So it's talking about the texture of his hair. Who has woolly hair? You don't know who has woolly hair? Come on. Come on. Does this hair look... Hold on, wait on. This is the perfect example. Does this hair look woolly to you?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So what would you say when you read that all over again? Read it again.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Meaning his head and his hairs on his face, because they wore beards, because that was pursuant to the law.
Right.
And the hair on the top of his head was also white and woolly. What people do you know on the planet Earth have woolly hair?
Africans.
Okay, good. So you're saying that the people, the blacks in this country, the so-called Negroes, are you saying that they're Africans?
Descent. No, they're Americans.
But are you saying that the so-called the Negroes, the African Americans,
Right.
all right, are you saying that they descend from Africa?
Yes.
I'm cutting to the chase.
Why am I going?
Because you're an Edomite. You're an Edomite. What's your nationality? That's not a nationality. What's your national origin?
No idea. I was born in California.
Okay, what was your father? Was he Irish? Okay, so I guess he may be Irish, right?
He's not Irish. Not Irish.
Is he Jewish?
Swedish.
Well, you better hope that you're Israelite. But anyway, give me Isaiah 14.
Wait, but why am I going in this thing?
If you're a so-called white man, if your line goes back to the Edomites, do you know anything about Edom or Esau?
Yeah.
So what do you know about Edom or Esau?
Well, Esau.
He knows about Edom. I'm surprised he knows about that.
Brother Esau? Jacob's brother?
Jacob's brother.
Yeah.
Okay, who are the
God bless
descendants?
you.
Who are the descendants of Jacob?
I think the Jews and then the Arabs are the descendants of Esau.
Are you talking about the white Jews?
There you go.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
1 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 8 states,
You see? What he was doing, he was playing dumb. He was playing dumb because he's a Mason. That's why. He knows who he is and he knows who we are. All right? He knows. He knows, man. Okay, let me play this.
Referring to. So my question is very simple. I'm going to wait patiently for an answer. Does this right derive from religious affiliation or from genetics? So you just came from Paris Fashion Week. You just landed.
See, in that clip that he said, he talked about religious affiliation or genetics. He was talking to who? He was talking to Mike Huckabee. All right, Mike Huckabee is the ambassador to Israel from America. All right, and that interaction went viral. All right, because Mike Huckabee couldn't answer basic questions. All right, so Tucker Carlson knows, man, and that shows you. See, he had a chance to speak the truth, and he couldn't. Why? Because he's an Edomite. All right, they're the wicked. This is Psalms 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they are born, speaking lies. See, he knows. He knows. He's on a crusade right now. He's on a crusade right now to expose those so-called Jewish people that are in our homeland. All right, but he had a chance to speak the truth, and he didn't speak it. Why? Because he's an Edomite, man. Okay, let's continue.
And your lanyard's still on from it, and there's a photograph on it. What is that?
It's a photograph of a baby's ultrasound.
Why is that? And that you designed that?
Yes.
Why? What does that mean?
It just represents life. I'm pro-life.
Boy, so you wear it on a badge. What kind of response do you get? And good, amen, I agree.
I don't care about people's responses. I care about the fact that there's more black babies being aborted than born in New York City at this point. That 50% of black death in America is abortion. So I really don't care about people's responses. I perform for an audience of one, and that's God.
I'm starting to see why they want to make you be quiet. When did you start to feel this way? When did you start to realize this?
why would Tucker Carlson say to Kanye West or Ye, I'm starting to see why they want to make you be quiet? Think about that. Ye made a number of provocative statements, but what was it that caused Tucker Carlson to respond that way?
That's a good point. Now, let me forward it again. This is the nail on the head. If you don't know that there's a conspiracy against us, and people know who we are, I don't know what to say. Have a watch of this. All right.
Group, the publisher of the Sefer translation of the Bible, has stated regarding the origins and intent of Planned Parenthood.
Hitler was, and the Nazis, of course, expanded on Margaret Sanger's approach to eugenics, right? Eugenics was a movement that was born in the United States under hard doctrines of racism with the intent of eliminating the tribe of Judah in the African American community in this country, right? To eliminate them.
Let his words settle in. He did not stutter. He did not hesitate. He stated plainly, quote, Hitler and the Nazis expanded on Margaret Sanger's approach to eugenics. Eugenics was a movement born in the United States under hard doctrines of racism, with the intent to eliminate the tribe of Judah in the African American community in this country, to eliminate them. Whether one agrees or disagrees, these are statements being made publicly by figures within religious and political spaces.
See, there you go. See, so that he had a chance. He had a chance to speak the truth. All right, and he couldn't. The reason why he couldn't, because he's our enemy, man. All right, he's our enemy, and they have an agenda against us, man. Now, it's a basic scripture, but it has to be brought out. Psalms 83. And when I read this, understand that we have no friends whatsoever, man. Even the majority of our people are wicked. All right. So when people say, "Oh well," when coconuts always want to stick up for Edomites, so-called white people, they say, "Oh yeah, well, blacks are killing each other, this, that, and the other, blah blah blah." All right, this, that, and the other. The reason why they're saying that because they're destroyed for a lack of knowledge. All right, they don't know who they are. They don't care. Those people, the Lord is gonna just get rid of them, man. All right. But Psalms 83 goes into, all right, the conspiracy against us. Like Kanye West said, he said, he had, what's it called, a T-shirt, and it had a picture of a black baby on there in the ultrasound, and he said, "'Cause I'm pro-life," because he knows about the conspiracy against us. All right, even though he's sold out. Okay, this is Psalms 83 verse 1. All right, keep not thou silence, O Yahweh, O the Most High. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O the Most High. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult. All right, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. All right, verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and have consulted against thy hidden ones. Why are we the hidden ones? Because our people didn't know who they were. So now the Lord is revealing it to you, grab it while you can. What is the point of going out there and just being a black person, man? Black person is the lowest thing on the planet Earth. All right? I'm black and I'm proud. That's how lost. And I used to be like that. We're lost, man. We were lost. All right? But now, the Lord said, what's in the dark shall come to light. They can't hide our identity no more. They can't hide who we are anymore. It's a beautiful thing. All right? But it says they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. All right? Verse 4, they have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel, all right, be no more in remembrance. See? Israel be no more in remembrance. All right? Bywords, black, Hispanic, Native American. It's all bullshit, man. And the further down the chapter, I don't want to keep it too long, it tells you all the nations. And first it says the tabernacles. So tabernacles was what? House. The house of Edom. All right? And these are not your average Edomites. I mean, Edomites is so-called white people, right? Okay. And then it says the Ishmaelites, who are the Arabs. And what were the biggest slave trades ever in the history of mankind? The Arab slave trade and the transatlantic slave trade, done by the Ishmaelites and the Edomites. So fuck them, man. That's why the Lord is allowing bombs to rain upon them, man. And if you think that Edom is so bad and wicked, which he is, go to the Arab world and see how they treat you, man. All right, go and do the Hajj over there in Mecca. My cousin, he's a Muslim. He's went there, and he will tell you them Arabs are evil, man. They hate us, man. All right. I'm glad that the Lord has put the spirit on the white man to bomb the shit out of them, man. All right. Tabernacles of Edom. All right. So-called white people, the Ishmaelites, Moab, the Hagareans, Gebal, Ammon, and Amalek. And who was Amalek? The people that you call so-called Jewish people. Okay? So this is a crafty counsel against us. All right? But it's a beautiful thing because all these interviews, the interview that he did, all right? And if you want to see it, you can just go to Tucker. There you go, Tucker Carlson. You can put it in here. See, look, who are God's chosen people? All right, there you go. So I put Tucker Carlson and Huckabee. All right, who are God's chosen people? It's a big watch, and it's worth watching. You know, because the whole interview is just ridiculous. Tucker Carlson confounds him because they are not the people. But don't be fooled. Don't look at these people like Tucker Carlson or Candace Owens because she's exposing them. No, it's Candace Owens is one of our people in genetics. She's not telling her audience that she's saying that they're not the real Jews, but she's not telling anyone else that we are the real Jews. So fuck them. Why? Because she's a Mason. Same with him. All right. So listen, I pray you're edified. I'm sorry it went on a bit too long, but I wanted to show, that basically, they're speaking about us, black identity groups. They're doing it very slyly, all right? And it's all in preparation for Jacob's trouble. Okay? So they're going to do false flags. They're going to have a bunch of sellout niggers to dress up as us, Hebrew Israelites, and bomb a church or kill crackers or whatever, so they can come down upon us, man. Hey, but that's what has to happen, prophecy's sake. All right. So I pray you're edified. To the next lesson. Shalom.